Welcome back to Lost World Jurassic Park. So yeah, we
We'll
finished.
try rescue.
We actually already finished that, so we will not be going back there.
See, we're not actually imprisoning these dinosaurs. We're rescuing them.
Well, if it helps
The
it,
good guys here.
well, if it helps it, is if you go to the password screen and you write magic box, you unlock the level select. So you can
Maybe the idea is that you're the good guy because you're working directly for John Hammond instead of these evil mercenaries.
Well, remember, we're still capturing, and transporting potentially the dinosaurs with tranquilizers.
So your mission is to escort the transport truck and make sure it safely arrives at its destination. You must fight off any enemy hunter attacks and remove obstacles from the path of the transport truck. So basically, yeah, do your best to protect the truck from anything that might harm it.
But considering what's just happening, I can't believe this is more of a case of people taking advantage of the situation of Isla Sorna. And remember, I didn't mention yet, but it's kind of the setting that's kind of given to the first book. One thing that happens that the first movie only kind of scratched onto that is the fact that InGen has like a lot of competition.
Did you notice one of the enemy hunters put in a proximity mine and then proceeded to walk into said mine? So the AI on the enemy hunters is absolutely terrible.
There are literally some who were shooting the truck with darts, so yeah. Oh, that guy literally just ran right in front of the truck and died.
Also, don't tease me, bro.
Why should
that synthesized scream. But yeah, InGen has a lot of competition. Not just the company that Newman has to work for and tries to get the embryos in the movie, but a lot of others are reportedly that want to get a piece of the pie. So, Fallen Kingdom, technically speaking, kind of try to touch a bit also on that. But the point being is that I can't believe that this game takes inspiration from that and says that as soon as Isla Sorna gets discovered, it's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for hunters.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. We haven't seen Isla Sorna since Jurassic Park 3.
Okay. So the basic gist of it is exactly this: like, make sure to blow up any rocks that happen to show in its place. Fortunately, there's always those pickups that restore the life of the vehicle somehow. So don't worry, you don't have to go through the entirety of the level without possibilities of health recovery. You do have them. Just do your best to protect the truck, and you should be fine. As you can see, these, as Joe pointed out, these enemy hunters, as you can see, aren't exactly a threat. So they literally let themselves get run over by the truck.
The money must be really good.
And
so good to the point where they circle around and pretty much ignore common sense logic. Logic like the fact that they'll be dead before they get said money.
I guess. And there we go. Basically, that meter on the top is the progress meter. Basically, when the white bar fills that meter all the way, you're done.
While the corner one is the alpha of the truck.
Now you have to use grenades to blow up the mines before the truck runs into them.
And the truck can't possibly stop and allow you to do that because apparently the driver is just the same, AI as the hunters.
I got a theory. Maybe the driver is one of the dinosaurs.
Why would one of the dinosaurs drive and take their own kind?
This is not like in Black Sheep.
I mean, I don't know why would the dinosaur
drive the vehicle.
Well, I don't know, Joe. Why would a dinosaur get beaten by a little girl doing gymnastics?
Well, stupid writing is the answer for that.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have that excuse
they can do that. Why don't have a dinosaur drive a car?
Alright, almost there.
Also, these have to be the dumbest mercenaries ever.
This is how we win.
A little shiny ball thing.
No, it's not that.
Fine.
It's not.
I can't stop driving. I have to keep going forward. Let's just hope that this one lone guy, who's apparently on our side, can hold off all manner of dinosaurs and enemy hunters.
It's not that, Whibs. The guy put a mine on the ground and then proceeded to walk into said mine. He literally killed himself.
I don't know what's dumber, that or the truck driver who constantly drives forward despite there being danger.
There we go.
Good job. You've saved the stupid truck driver.
Gotta say, we're gonna be handing out Darwin Awards like mad.
Oh, man. Okay. Alright, so the next mission we have to do is Nest Hunt.
Oh, T-Rex Escape.
No, T-Rex Escape is the boss stage. We have to first complete the 3 main missions before we go to the boss stage.
Still, though...
Don't worry,
T-Rex is in the area. That can only mean good things for our hunter.
Yeah, the T-Rex is actually one of my it was actually my favorite. Probably still is my favorite boss battle in the game. Because I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I would use the level select code to play that boss battle various times. Because I actually thought.
Is it as exciting as that time when Grant actually gets to fight a T-Rex and win, thus letting the park be open? I forget which Jurassic Park game that was.
Rampage Edition, maybe? I don't know. Well, in here, you're just basically just trying your best to, basically the T-Rex escape, and you're trying to use electricity to tase him and blah, blah, blah. You'll see for yourself at the end of this part. But yeah, no, it's like I said before, yeah, that beautiful human AI is just, mwah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It adds to the hilarity of the game. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not exactly something that I'm bothered by. But yeah. Okay, so to Nest Hunt for here. Yeah, the game actually does a really good job providing signs that tell you basically where to go. So again, you're never really lost in this game. Like again, if you know what you're doing and you use the tools available to you, you should never really have any trouble getting lost. You'll be fine. Alright, so let's get into the cave. Okay, so Nest Hunt. Let's see what we have to do in this one.
First, use the HMO5 flash.
A colony of raptors lives inside this cave, and you must find and destroy all of their nests.
No pressure.
So basically, the raptors are multiplying too quickly. So we need to do some population control.
Easier said than done.
So yeah, as you can probably guess, the primary enemies we'll be fighting in this cave is raptors.
Yep, this is definitely how we're gonna beat. It's definitely how Dominion's gonna start. Dinosaur population control.
God, I can only hope they try to not hammer too much in the idea of we need to coexist peacefully.
I just hope they don't do that stupid repeat of Malcolm's usual stuff about, oh no, don't you see, nature did not prescribe to this, and well, this is absolutely
okay.
wrong.
This is something that I kind of realized only relatively recently, to be honest. But I find it so bizarre that I don't think it was in line with this book characterization, but I find it so bizarre that the second movie took Ian, which was kind of the comic relief of the first movie, and a bit of eye candy, he's shirtless and everything, and turned him into this depressed, sour character who now has to handle, parental problems from one of his ex-relationships, and I'm like, people wanted this?
No, they didn't. Jurassic...
Who lost that idea?
I've never met anybody who has.
I think the best way to describe Jurassic Park 2 is, I get the feeling that they were really riding off the high of the first movie and thought, oh, let's do all these cool and interesting things, but didn't exactly get a filter on what actually was a good idea or not.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, that I do understand. I just... Oh, Jesus Christ.
T-Rex infant.
T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex infant is the most powerful enemy you find in the game.
I can see that.
So,
The shit out of him.
And mind you, that's a T-Rex infant, so imagine how much fun the grown-ups will be to deal with.
yeah, basically, that being said, if you do manage to tranquilize him instead of killing him, you'll get 2 coins instead of 1.
That said, I'm guessing tranquilizing him is easier said than done.
Yeah, it's easier said than done because he's relatively fast. He has a tail whip attack that does good damage right there. And his biting attack is the most powerful enemy attack in the game. So, yeah, if you see one, if you're feeling particularly courageous, by all means try and tranquilize it. But usually the best course of action is to just pull out your missiles and just kill him.
So it's the nemesis of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda.
Later on,
it's kind of working in reverse, Drova, because for Nemesis, tranquilizing quote unquote is the best option. Is in either just either just simply incapacitate him or leave him behind, while actually confronting him and quote unquote killing him on the encounters is instead the recommended option for looting.
Getting the items.
Loot. For the I think it's the Magnum or the shotgun. I forgot.
You get several
firearm.
things.
No, you get parts of it you have to combine.
You get more than just that afterwards too.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think you have to take him down on hard mode. I think.
Well, it's more of a case of you're capable of actually harming him properly only like on specific settings, because with your initial setting, unless you're extremely lucky when it comes to the pathfinding, and you're managing the bullets, is almost impossible.
There is one glitch you can do during the first fight with him, which
there's a nest.
there we go.
Just nuke it.
Now 9 nests to go.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's get that. They're actually not. It's actually not. Okay, this is an interesting thing about this area is actually pretty well designed, and I'll demonstrate why. There's actually a central area. In fact, I think I'm just almost arriving at it. Let me just double check real quick. Where am I? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the map is right in front of me, so we'll get there. Yeah, this particular, it's not, we're almost there, I think, or maybe it's just the place where the map is. Now that I think about it, yeah. Well, hold on, we're almost there.
Sure.
Come here, you. Fine. So sometimes the little officers will just run away. Yeah, here you go. Here's the central area. So here's the cool thing about this. This is the central area of the cave, and every time you come here, it respawns a body armor pickup. Oh. So every time you feel low on health, make sure to come back here. This place is also the place where you can go in all directions and find places that have nests in them. In fact, I think I'm about to demonstrate that. All right, let's point out nests and let's see where they are. There's one over there. And let's get there first. But basically, there's also a couple to the north, a couple to the south. So you should be able to use this central area as your primary base of operations throughout this level.
Mm-hmm. The mighty raptors, notorious for being fast, barely keeping up with a random hunter.
I'm sorry, Tia. Have you seen a raptor?
For the standards of a movie. Yeah, again, this is an adaptation from the movie, so let's operate with the in-universe logic.
It's also, there's a thing too, the Troodons are very fast, as we've seen before, so it's not like they can't have the dinosaurs run fast. They can, they do the Troodons, but for some reason the raptors are slow. It's weird. Okay.
Yes, they thought it would be unfair if the raptors moved fast.
Even though that's kind of their entire point. If anything, they're also always built up in the movies to be kind of like that.
Yes.
Alright, let's see.
Maybe they took samples out of these to make the Indoraptor
There's one.
in Fallen Kingdom.
On the other side of the river, no doubt. I guess we'll have to use a boat. And here's another one. Okay. Well, for now...
Sure picked some very crafty locations, I see.
Alright. For these bigger rocks, use a missile. There you go. Okay, but before we go over to the river, there's actually something... Hold on. Yeah, there's actually 3 eggs right here, practically right next to each other. So yeah, even though
trying to go south.
So even though it's 10 nests, it doesn't like that number makes the mission sound longer than it actually is. In actuality, the eggs are very close together, as you can see, literally 3, practically right next to each other. So there's going to be also the final.
Oh, shoot! There's fire.
It's okay. We'll deprive said fire of oxygen. There you go. Huh. Okay. For example, the final cave mission of the game, Amber Mine, which is we have to collect 20 pieces of amber. It sounds long when I say it like that, but trust me, most of the amber pieces are very close together. Like in multiple cases, you'll be able to find 3, sometimes even 4 of them in the same place. So trust me, like it's actually pretty fine. Like the mission objective makes it seem longer than it actually is. Okay. I actually forgot if I I actually forgot what was my thought process like in coming back there up for a bit actually. Whatever. All right, let's get those nests. And another T-Rex. As Ian Malcolm would said in the movie, "Mommy's very angry." Honestly, for me, the what really made Lost World disappointing back in the day for me when I first watched it in the theater was mostly just the fact that it didn't really have the restraint that type. Because look at the first Jurassic Park. Because the first Jurassic Park could have been a ridiculous movie. It could have gone all over the top, full of dinosaurs, like and shit like that. But it was saved because Spielberg showed strong restraint with the material, right? He properly built up to the T-Rex's appearance. He properly built up to things like there was never more than there was very rarely like more than 2 dinosaurs at once in a set piece, and there was a good balance between the focus between the commentary on the science aspect. I guess Mommy really wanted to protect the nest, and now she's pissed.
So much so that she let the eggs block her from protecting them.
Go.
No. Yeah. And again, the first movie is by no means Shakespeare, but it was a basic but well-told story about what happens when man messes with the natural order of things, right? The second movie, on the other hand, it's just a dumb popcorn movie. Which, don't get me wrong, I like watching a dumb popcorn movie like anybody else. It's just that, Jurassic Park 1 was, again, being a Steven Spielberg, you'd expect more from Steven Spielberg,
I get the idea that the thought process at the base, mind you, that got corrupted later on, probably the base might have been the same that happened with Alien, the first movie being more grounded and, slow-paced, with just one creature and everything, while the second tries to be more action-based to try to put the escalation up. But, again, I get the idea that so many things went wrong during the production because it just baffles me for all the decisions they did. Like if the aforementioned turning the comedy relief of the first movie into this depressed kind of slump, which
is it Jeff Goldblum's character?
Yes. Which is actually more passive and doesn't really do much in the movie when you really get down to it. Then again, I have to question it again. Casting Vince Vaughn as an actual activist character, what the fuck? Then having the entire, message of activism message to begin with, which turns out to be more counterproductive, despite the fact that the hunters are in themselves doing bad things on their own, making you virtually not being able to root for anyone, maybe the dinosaurs, I guess, And then when the film is almost over with the climax scene on Isla Sorna, no, we have still like those extra 20 minutes because we need the climax of the T-Rex rampaging through San Francisco. I think that's it. That's the city. For no real reason. It really feels so disjointed because several characters exit the movie 2/3 in, and the final climax is essentially, John Hammond's nephew, Jeff Goldblum and his ex. That's it. Again, it's
then we get a final scene with John Hammond in the very
just
end of the
still
movie.
doing okay. That final message is cute, but considering what you had to go through, it's still bizarre. But again, I can elaborate more when we actually get back to that movie.
I will argue that Jurassic Park 2 is still better than Jurassic Park 3.
Okay, you just answered my question.
That's not even saying much, but yeah.
I think they're both on the same level, just for different reasons entirely. 3 is just stupid from top to bottom. 2 gives the idea, like I said, that it was supposed to be a better product, but it got screwed over during its development.
I feel like 2 at least gets some aspect with the dinosaurs, right? 3 can't even really boast that because it gets even the action with the dinosaurs bad.
So what you're saying is I actually made the right choice to see the Princess Diaries in theater instead of Jurassic Park 3.
Well, shoot, I guess so. Did you enjoy Princess Diaries?
I barely remember anything about it now, but...
Was Stan Lee also in the first movie?
What?
Stan Lee notoriously has a cameo in the second movie, but I don't remember if he shows up in the first one.
I don't know.
Oh, you want to know what's also funny? Technically, that movie has Catwoman and Steve Trevor falling in love in the sequel.
Yeah, basically.
Wait,
Anne
what?
Hathaway and Chris Pine, aka Catwoman and Steve Trevor.
Yep.
I think it's like Captain Kirk.
No. Well,
William
where are they
Shatner,
main
or Patrick Stewart. I don't know which one played who. I'm not a Star Trek guy.
Kirk is Chris Pine's
Patrick
character.
Stewart was Picard.
Yeah.
Kirk is William Shatner.
I thought it's gonna be like that meme where you have a picture of Spock, but they call him Darth Vader or something.
No, come on, even I'm not that.
Yeah, it's taken to the extreme kind of, not knowledge about saying, like your was that like your wizard Luke, spoken by Jean-Luc Picard or something like that.
Oh man, I'm surprised
This is
that we
Ash
haven't.
Ketchum, who got his first Dejimon after falling off his head from the people of the Saints or whatever.
I'm still surprised we have not gotten in any shape or form a Star Wars and Star Trek crossover.
Hey, it's funny. Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart actually did suggest what would happen if they were to cross over.
Also, Dej, if you're gonna make a joke like that, like go all the way, like one of those where back in the early 2000s, a kid asks his mom or dad to buy him the new Pokemon game. They go out, and since the parent doesn't know the difference, he just gets them a Digimon game instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you remembered the mod bits.
Come on! Even my mom knew the difference between the two.
Also, while it seems logical, ironically enough, I'm not sure that such a crossover can work, considering how vastly different in terms of world establishing the two universes tend to be. In terms of Star Trek. So again, they both have similar aspects. Like different kinds of intergalactic empires, politics that regulate different nations, and everything. But Star Wars is more focused also on mysticism of some kind and different kind of technology, while Star Trek is mostly psychological. It's mostly just on a simple term, philosophy, diplomacy, culture differences, and mostly also talking. Sure, there is action and potentially violence, but usually as a last resort or as an instigation that creates the conflict of the episode that needs to be resolved.
Why would that prevent a crossover though between the two?
Like I said, it kind of makes them slightly incompatible with each other. Again,
Star Trek crossed over with Planet of the Apes.
I was about to mention, Planet of the Apes instead fits kind of much better the Star Trek formula when we get down to it.
What about Doctor Who? Does that fit with the Star Trek formula?
Again,
they crossover as well.
Anyway, considering the fact that Star Trek have crossover with stuff like Transformers.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one either, to be honest.
What?
Yes, that happened. Look, here's the thing. When considering a crossover, them supposedly being incompatible is never enough grounds to stop a crossover. Because, heck, sometimes the supposed incompatibility of those two formulas are what helps make the crossover seem all the more appealing to
had a
see
crossover
how they
work. Look how that went. So, it can work.
Yeah, like, honestly, yeah, I could definitely see a Star Wars and Star Trek crossover work in plenty of ways. Like, easily just say, oh, they're from two very, very, very vast corners of the galaxy.
Oh, no, I don't mean in terms of, having a reason to coexist, but I mean in terms of how we operate more than anything.
Again, they could easily find a workaround for that. Like, look, we're in a day and age when Transformers is crossed over with My Little Pony, of all things. Like, it...
Written by Ian Flynn, so that My Little Pony crossover is only a matter of time.
Well, I mean, don't they own Peppa Pig now?
What?
My Little Pony, I mean.
My Little Pony owns Peppa Pig. What are you talking about?
The company that owns My Little Pony, don't they own Peppa Pig?
Hasbro?
To stay also slightly more...
Or at the very least, they're in some sort of relationship.
But go on, Pedro.
So to stay more also on point also for the game, this actually makes me curious. Did Jurassic Park ever had a comic line? Let me see.
I'm pretty confident.
At some point. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, man. Because I tell you, when Jurassic Park first came out, that media was everywhere. Like, I wasn't even alive when it came out. And even let me put it like this. Even in the 90s, after I'd been born in 95, there were still people talking about the Jurassic Park craze.
No,
but the Super Mario Brothers movie never stood a chance.
When the first movie came out, it created a whole new generation of kids who were crazy about dinosaurs.
Imagine a Jurassic Park game made by the developers of Dino Crisis.
Yeah, basically.
Actually, you make that sound like that's a bad thing or insane thing. That would be perfect.
No. That would be great, especially since one of those creators was Shu Takumi.
Right, basically, Deji, the Mario movie came out in.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware. They came out around the same time.
There we go.
2 weeks apart. 2 or 3 weeks apart.
They should have gone for a crossover instead of trying to fight.
There were a couple of adaptations there are adaptations from the first and the second movie done by Topps Comics from 1993 to 1997, but beginning with in 2010, IDW owns the license as well, and it seems that they still have kept it, although they went on a bit of an hiatus apparently. So it's interesting, actually, how it went.
Okay, I have an idea. Jurassic Park Back to the Future. Marty goes back in time and sees the dinosaurs.
Back to the Jurassic Park Fast and Furious.
And Knuckles.
And then a giant meteorite.
That's right! Didn't they mention that they had a crossover plan between the Jurassic Park franchise and Fast and Furious?
No. That was just a joke that... I think it was either a joke that one of the stars said, or it was just a fake article, like a parody article.
Because, well, one thing that was for certain is that apparently the studio had plans to make them all part of the same universe.
That sounds like when Hasbro was making the Bayformers. They wanted the G.I. Joe movies to take place in the same universe because they also wanted to do the cinematic universe thing, crossover. Well, sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, you have two more.
Only two remaining.
Yeah, only two more nests. Alright. Let's see.
Did you ever play that Lego Jurassic Park game by any chance?
And not me.
I've heard about it, but never saw
It's
it.
good.
Like, I was just curious. It was like, how are you going to Lego-fy Jurassic Park?
Very easy actually.
They
But
found a way. Simple.
Alright.
That said, given how the Lego Skylander saga plays, I would actually be interested to see the developers renovate a lot of their Lego games because, believe it or not, of all the things that Lego Skywalker Saga plays like, it actually plays like Devil May Cry of all things.
Well, the combat, anyway.
I'm not kidding, like... And mind you, it works phenomenally to the point where all different characters can have all these weird techs and combos that people are boasting about on the internet over. It's insane, really. Like, I'll admit, I was one of the people who was a bit skeptical about them doing yet another Lego Star Wars game, but no. This one actually did bring some new stuff to the table.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like the complete saga, just with the new stuff. But I was like, oh no, it's a completely new game.
And you can get some amazing interactions between Lego characters too in the overworld. It's let me put it like this: they kind of implemented some features from Lego Dimensions, which is an amazing thing when it's not tied to the Toys to Life sales thing.
Man, they really need to re-release that game without the toys, just because. But then again, it'll probably be hard because it's all licensing hell.
Yeah, that's always a problem with life and stuff like that.
Again, that's the sad thing. Lego Dimensions, if it weren't tied to the Toys to Life thing, that one could have been the crossover to end all crossovers.
It already has Sonic in it, so it wins by default.
And you had some amazing crossover potential in there too. It was, but again, it had to be part of the Toys to Life craze, and well,
When that face was dying.
Alas,
indeed.
talk about some tragic irony. One of the best crossovers in all video game history, and it's done in by, well, a dying trend.
Oh.
Honestly, Dead does have a point, though. I could legit see them reviving that game just without the Twitch lifestyle, because, okay, look. What's the sad thing? Of all the games of the Toys to Life trend that could maybe make a comeback, the one that has the least chance is Skylanders, the one that started it. Why? Because that was one that was strictly working off because of the toys. Unlike, say, Disney Infinity or Lego Dimensions, nobody's really going to be rushing to play as generic Skylander character except for maybe Crash and Cortex.
And certainly not for that the design of Spyro.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I think it's also that the actual creators of Skylanders, who founded Toys for Bob even back in the 80s, left the company in late 2020.
It is kind of a shame.
So I have a solution. Just market Stealth Elf as the main character.
I mean, even with her, really.
Okay, she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool, but I wouldn't say she's going to really sell her own series unless maybe they get her started off on a series. But knowing how the company that owns them work, they're not really going to go out of that much way to beef up that when they pretty much have Microsoft. Yes.
But also,
Microsoft.
why is there a jeep in the middle of the caverns?
According to plan, Tio.
Command Central left it here so I could use it too.
Of course.
If they went to the trouble of leaving it here, couldn't the people doing that have just done the job themselves?
Yeah, that's best to just park it there. Those controls were scary, similar to the one of Roger Rabbit on the NES.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, the car control's fine. It's more turning that is a bit slippery, but that's about it, really.
From what I've seen, everything seems to move on an isometric plane in regards to the directions it can move in, so
basically
that might have to do with it.
Exactly. In the meantime, actually, on the topic of the dinosaurs, apparently Jurassic Park Evolution is on sale on Steam. So.
Oh yeah, the Evolution games, those were pretty good.
Okay.
Basically, it's it's a park just simulator, which makes sense to be honest.
You can have some crazy fights occur in those games, though.
Yeah, probably. All right, only one more nest. And here's the boat. Hopefully we'll be able to stop the frame rate from tanking.
So long, sucker!
But alas, the frame rate was so bad the dinosaur caught up with him and ate him.
Okay. So yeah, the car controls exactly like the hoverboat controls exactly like the car. Don't worry, Teo. Like, you don't actually, the vehicles don't actually get damaged if you hit the walls or anything like that.
Oh no, I see that. Otherwise, you will have like a proper health bar showcasing every time you bump into them.
You should be careful about the water mines though, because those mines will destroy your boat in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Only one more. We still have one more nest remaining, but that nest is actually, if I remember correctly, on top of the like on the very end of this river. So we're almost there. Man, by the time we're done, the Velociraptor species will be extinct.
There's plenty more where those came from, literally.
So basically, these 10, it's because we destroyed 10, count them, 10 Velociraptor nests that were full of eggs. So yeah.
That's one way to control the population, I guess.
I'm not sure Jova just putting in, sterilizing pills in the meat that they eat would work.
You know what they say, life finds a way.
Yeah, I guess it's appropriate. My country wanted to do something similar to that with pigeons because they were kind of becoming really out of control in major cities.
Oh boy.
As in, lethal conservation, not by shooting them, but by limiting their reproduction cycles. But people complained about that, so they just left it there. Thankfully, over the years, they seem to have been contained. So, while they're still present and a bit of a nuisance, they're not as problematic as they were like in the 80s.
Imagine if a species got so bad that people actually permitted people to go on hunting sprees in the city for these creatures.
Okay, not in the city, Jova, but you're kind of describing the incipit for the Emu Wars. So...
Oh god, the Emu Wars.
Okay,
what?
so,
okay,
again,
believe it or not,
so much of a long story, Joe. I can link you a video later from oversimplified that easily summed it up. But essentially, a set of Nikia, a set of bad things that the Australian government had to handle, had also to boot an infestation of emus, and they tried to handle it very poorly.
They literally declared war on emus and lost. Yes. Not exactly Australia's proudest moment.
So, where do we get our T-Rex chase, then?
Now, actually.
Where, exactly?
Well, I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Okay.
I think a giant T-Rex would be easy to find.
Yeah.
Let's just see, Joe, it's like Godzilla in the 1988 movie manages to just disappear out of nowhere.
Let's go back to the main. Let's go back to the mainland of this particular region and see if we can find it. Because you just have to walk around a bit, and eventually you'll find some arrows that will point out to where a specific mission. So you should be able to find it very. Yes, those.
I was just asking. I was just saying something with the TO's thing. I would love to see that actually. Ninja Godzilla.
Sure.
All right. So T-Rex escaped.
Who knows? Maybe Godzilla will use up Power Rangers Morpher or something.
Alright, so first shoot the dino in the head to stun it, then use the jeep to push it into the electric fence. Be careful to avoid its counterattacks.
Sounds
We're
very,
literally
very
pushing it in like a
elaborate.
caveman.
Okay, so here it is.
Oh!
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh,
So yeah,
I see.
they're trying to
We're
imitate.
recreating
They're trying to
the-
recreate that bit from the first movie, where they're being attacked by the T-Rex in the middle of the night while it rains.
Welcome
Although I gotta say,
combining
this
the
T-Rex-
reclinable chair from the second movie.
I gotta say, this T-Rex seems like he's made out of rubber with how he stretches and moves around like this.
It's
Again,
Mr.
and how long
Fantastic
his
the
neck
dinosaur.
I
I'm
do
sorry. I'm
do-
losing it with the car jumping.
I do commend though the compared to the Raptors. Compared to the previous chase sequence, this is actually much more manageable. And again, for a game done for that kind of on the system like the Genesis Mega Drive, this is still relatively impressive.
Like we said, Diz, they spared no expense. Of course they made a jumping car just for moments like these.
Alright,
That said, I do also
Fine.
dig how the boss fight works to the point where you literally ram the T-Rex into an electric fence.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, I loved playing this boss battle as a kid, and I would use the level select code to play it over and over.
Yeah, I can get why. It has a good amount of maneuverability required. It doesn't feel unfair. And again, the way that you actually get to literally fight the T-Rex is
The developers
kinda
got
cool.
the boss battles is where the game is where it's most creative.
True, yeah.
All right,
Although
here
it's
we go.
weird that the T-Rex isn't the final boss.
I'm guessing they didn't want to be obvious. I don't know. The final boss battle, Jova, is actually an interesting boss battle. Okay, in the sense that it's not so much a boss battle; it's more so trying to get cargo away from pterodons as well as enemy hunters vehicles, and you have to choose your missiles to shoot them. So, okay. Yeah, but make sure. Yeah, this is quite a large head for a T-Rex. Okay.
Gotta have a large head to hold all that teeth.
Also, can't exactly do much with those tiny arms.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Okay, the basic idea is that we have to shoot its head, right? And every time we shoot the head, the bar that's on the bottom will rise a bit. You have to try your best to get a good groove going, because if you stop, then the bar will deplete. So basically, you have to shoot them in a good pattern without stopping. Otherwise, you'll have to start over. Fuck. Stand still.
Hey, he ain't going down as easy as you are.
Also, how long is this fence?
Gotta give the T-Rexes credit, they never give up.
Okay, let's try it. Fuck.
Nope.
I was hoping they will. Okay, there you go. I managed to catch them in the pattern, and there we go.
Bonk.
Just one more.
He sure can take a lot of punishment. And again, T-Rex.
And there we go.
What happened?
It's supposed to be that
86 upon 2M.
it's supposed to be electrocuted. So I guess we electrocuted him to death. I don't know.
Blackened and barbecued him. Oh, and we drop him from a parachute after doing with that.
Yes, now we're in Isla Sorna, Site 3. So
See, we're just that awesome. We took out a T-Rex.
alright, so next time we'll get ourselves some new missions. So let's see how things go. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.